Now from Kenya in East Africa, we move to Mali in the West. The junta-led country has leveled scathing allegations against former colonial ruler France. Mali's President Assimi Goita has accused the French of trying to undermine the junta administration. The military leader alleges that France has been printing counterfeit CFA Franc notes in an attempt to damage Mali's economy. Now, to counter this, Goita is calling for the adoption of a new locally produced currency and stressed that the country must give up the colonial currency. The CFA franc is a regional currency used by many francophone countries. It is pegged to the euro under a French government guarantee. However, critics say it enables Paris to control the economies of the countries that use it, while France says it guarantees economic stability, shielding the countries using it from inflation and uncertainty. Now, citing suspicion of French disruption, the Malian president said that France used a similar tactic against Guinea in 1960, 2 years after its independence. Colonel Goita added that France's actions were part of a three-step terrorism scheme targeting Mali, which includes armed terrorism, media terrorism, and economic terrorism. France had been Mali's primary partner in its fight against insurgents since 2013. However, in recent years, Mali has been witnessing a rise in anti-France sentiment. The tensions reached their peak in January this year, after the West African bloc ECOWAS announced tough sanctions against Mali that were primarily pushed by France. The sanctions were in response to the delay in elections by the junta. Now, these restrictions included border closures and trade embargoes. France has also been pressing the European Union to slap sanctions against Mali. The diplomatic fallout between the West African nation and its former colonial ruler began in 2020, when Colonel Assimi Goita staged a coup to oust a democratically elected government. The situation took a turn for the worse when Colonel Goita staged a second coup in 2021, reinforcing military control despite international calls for a return to civilian rule. Since then, ties between Mali and France have plummeted. The French were forced to draw down their troops, and Mali opened its gates to Russian mercenaries for security cooperation. Mali also accused France of training terrorist groups in the Sahel region. It even expelled the French ambassador. It's not just Mali. Several of France's former colonies in the Sahel region are rejecting its legacy. Junta-led governments in Burkina Faso and Niger have also lambasted France as an economic predator and as a missionary of Western values. The rising anti-West sentiment in the Sahel is helping Russia to make inroads as former French allies turn to Moscow for security aid.
Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alyson coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital,